The dish that you'll be making is tortilla, the creme de la creme of meat-filled pies.
I've made pies before, I've made meat before. In my mind, those two things do not go together.
My sister and I make tortilla every Christmas. I'm feeling so confident.
The trick to making perfect tortilla is twofold. First, the pastry must be delicate and flaky. Second, the rich meat filling must be perfectly cubed, cooked, and seasoned with an aromatic blend of herbs and spices.
We want you to create your own irresistible version. To help you do that, we're giving you a specialty pantry filled with a bounty of extraordinary Canadian meats. Bison, wild boar, pork, elk, and red deer.
Tortilla is a dish that was traditionally baked using the lesser cuts of meat. It would be the legs of game birds, the hind of game animals. It is one hefty meal.
I'm keeping my pie super traditional. Cinnamon, cloves.
Sabrina,
Hey, chef.
what kinds of meat did you choose?
Good old traditional pork and some bison. It makes me happy. It makes me feel like I'm home.
I know there's a lot at stake for you because you are missing a big event to be here.
Yes, sir. Today's a hard cooking day. I'm missing my only sister's wedding.
Is that weighing heavy on your mind?
Yep. I have to nail this. I'm making this tortilla for her.
Well, good luck.
Thanks, chef.
I gotta make it through. That's all that matters right now. It's very important at this stage in the game to make something innovative.
What direction are you going, Michael?
I'm gonna go with a little bit of like a spicy chili feel.
Is that a jalapeno?
Yep. It's gonna be a little bit of a kick. Are you sure you want to use a jalapeno? Spice, chili, Mexican flavors. These are all up my alley. Feeling the heat.
You need to come up with something that speaks of who you are. A little bit of creativity is not going to hurt here.
When, comes to this 5, it may be down to not just the execution, but the innovation.
I want to personalize it. So I put apples in with the venison and dried rosemary, which actually marries very well together.
So, Michael, what do you look for in a tortilla?
I do like to have my tortilla moist. I don't mind when you cut it open and it runs a touch. Game being quite a lean meat, you need to add some moisture to that, and that would come from pork or a little lard added to it.
Well, I see a lot of bacon.
That's fat. Keep the fat.
I've never worked with any game meats before, but you have to improvise. So today I'm doing a rendition of the traditional Christmas ham, but instead of ham, I'm using wild boar, nutmeg, allspice, some cinnamon, some thyme, and bay leaves.
Christopher, how's your filling?
Bison with some bacon in it. Haven't tasted it yet, will do in a bit.
We planning on using that potato, brother?
I'm forgetting things. I'm really worried.
Oh, it smells amazing up here.
Key here is those spices. Cinnamon, clove, bay leaf.
Make sure you remove that. Nothing worse than biting on a bay leaf.
Easy to overspice a tortilla. You put in a pinch, you add a second pinch, those flavors build and build and build, and it's out of control.
The pastry is an important part. This will be a bit of an interesting change because I usually do sweet things.
You need to have the right thickness of pastry and try and keep it as crisp on the bottom as possible.
If you roll that pastry dough too thick, it's going to be raw.
There's no such a thing as a good-looking raw pie.
No. So in the last few minutes where they got to decorate, egg wash their pies and get them into the oven because it takes 30 minutes for those tortillas to cook.
I don't know what Tammy's doing over there.
I'm starting to lose track of time. I haven't actually assembled anything yet.
30 minutes! Your pie needs to be in the oven.
If I don't get this tortilla in the oven, I could be going home.
Keep watching my pie. I'm like a paranoid parrot.
Very important when they're putting the pies in the oven, they're going in the bottom. And then you're going to have this basic little convection happening. That heat's going to wrap around the top, hit the top of the pie, and make that nice and golden brown.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pie out! Hands up!
I think it looks great. The pastry is beautiful. It's looking nice and flaky, and I'm really happy.
That's what I'm talking about.
You've all just completed your very first pressure test. And now, it's time to find out how you did. Michael, please bring your tortilla up to the front.
I did a bison with sweet peppers, mushrooms, cayenne, and chili pepper. It's a man's pie. Not so pretty on the outside, but beautiful on the inside.
Crust looks terrific. I like a thicker crust on my tortilla because then you can really appreciate the flakiness of that pastry.
Thank you, Chef.
So a little hot pepper, chili.
I wanted to add a little kick to that.
That's an interesting way to personalize a tortilla. The meat itself is cooked really nicely, very moist. But unfortunately, I do find the jalapeno just taking it a little too much with the heat end of things. But all in all, a good tortilla.
And the meat is fiery, combined with this rustic crust. It all works together. Delicious. Nice work, Michael.
Thank you.
Christopher.
Everything is riding on this tortilla, and I don't know how the filling is inside the pie. So this is a mix of bison meat and applewood smoked bacon. I flavored it with rosemary, sage, thyme, and bay leaf. The crust actually has a bit of cayenne pepper and black pepper in it.
See that? It's very dense. It means the meat is packed nicely. All these little slits that you made, that released all of the air that got trapped inside. It looks delicious. Very moist, it's glistening inside. Taste that. Does that taste like a pastry chef made it or a savory chef made it?
Savory chef.
That's right. Great control of the spice and salt. Nothing's overpowering, it's all working in harmony. So it looks great, and it tastes even better.
Thanks, chef.
It's got mad skills.
Moist, flavorful, very nice. Go back to your station. Sabrina, please bring up your tortilla.
I'm giving up my sister's wedding to be here. Nothing is kicking me out today.
Tell me what you put in your tortilla.
Bison, pork butt, nutmeg, a little bit of cinnamon.
It is lovely and moist, and the seasonings very subtle. Tastes delicious. Thank you.
Great depth of flavor. The crust, perfectly baked. Crispy on the outside, in the center, nice and buttery, flaky. You're choking up, what's going on?
Just thinking of home.
Well, listen, you're missing your sister's wedding. But I think for a massive opportunity.
Yes, chef.
Really great job. Please go back to your station.
How beautiful, right? All of the ingredients that you see in front of you were hand-chosen by me. You have the most gorgeous quail, beautiful sardines straight out of the water, fresh beans, radishes, Swiss chard, tomatoes.
I have all these little teeny tiny vegetables. What am I cooking for elves?
Today's mystery box is about turning those stunning petite ingredients into a delicious work of art that will impress us and Chef Graham Elliott.
Being a big guy, my specialty is not attention to fine detail, it's not plating. I'm gonna have to get out of my comfort zone. I'm working with these itty-bitty ingredients.
I have 6 kids at home. I am used to cooking large portions. So trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with these tiny little veggies is gonna be a challenge.
Quail, so unforgiving, but it's the one that could give you the most reward. If they can nail that temperature on it, it just shows they have that technique.
I'm gonna do a little spin on chicken and waffles with a quail and potato salad on the side. I want everything to be proportional, but keep it cool and trendy at the same time. It's all what I'm about.
30 minutes! You have 30 minutes left.
John, how are we doing?
Good, welcome to Canada.
Thank you so much. It looks like you are in a whirlwind. You've got like 10 feet of stuff all over the place.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make a little pretty plate. I got some quail that I split in half. I'm gonna put it on the grill. It's got some sumac on it. I put some butter under the skin. Never worked with something so tiny.
There's not a lot of fat in it, so just make sure that you do not try to get it crispy, but then overcook it at the same time.
Yeah.
I'd rather have perfectly cooked quail than well-done quail with crispy skin. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Thanks.
All right, good luck, John.
Thank you.
David, how are we doing?
Good, Chef. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. Tell me what the dish is.
I'm doing a quail stuffed with the tops from all the veg.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to roast them together with the legs and then plate it with all the beautiful veggies that you provided.
You're the only one so far that's doing something stuffed and has deboned the legs. So that's like showing me that you have a ton of skill and that you also are like driven to getting it to the next level. Now it's, do you have the wherewithal to make it happen?
I do.
All right. They look good. I'm excited, Dave.
Thank you.
5 minutes! You have 5 minutes left. I want to see some really fantastic plating.
My presentation normally sucks, so I gotta really focus.
The one thing that can really lead them down the wrong path is by putting too much on the plate. Less is more.
It's restraint. And that is a tough thing when you're a young, enthusiastic home cook.
1 minute.
The judges are going to be impressed by my plating. It should be as close to Graham-esque as possible.
I hope the judges want to taste this.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up! Woohoo! John, please bring up your dish.
Right. We have a sumac and butter grilled quail with an array of little baby vegetables.
You're physically imposing. You're a big dude. You got the grill pan going. So I'm thinking, all right, some like dude food. Then you come up and you present a plate with polka dots of sauce. Just seeing this dish, it'd be like, wow, he's definitely one of the front runners. This is beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
You know, quail, it's so small. It's got to be cooked just right. See that? You know what it is? It's perfect.
Awesome.
It's hit with a lot of lemon. It's got this acidity cutting through it, but it tastes like quail. It's not obliterated by the sumac. It's a pretty awesome dish.
Thank you.
You should be really proud. Good job.
You.
John, you got the baby tomatoes here with the puree.
Yeah.
Wow, that red pepper puree matches that tomato beautifully. Here you have two vegetables that amplifies the taste of each other. You're getting there, you're getting refined. One of these days, you may have to get long pants.
They have Tammy, Sabrina. Maybe I can win this mystery box challenge.
Now, it's customary for us to taste 3 dishes in a mystery box challenge, but we're gonna try one more dish.
I'm 100% sure they're gonna call my name. They have to.
Please step forward. David.
David, of course.
It's a stuffed quail with seasonal roast veg and parsley aioli.
I love this plate. It's very, very natural and organic.
Thank you.
Where'd you get the idea for this?
I actually love working with whole animals. It's a small one, but I just like doing that type of preparation.
I love the sauce. Nice roast on the vegetables. Nice color on the skin. This is a dish that not only is it delicious, but it's one that you want to photo and, like, you know, tweet to everybody. Good job.
The home cooks are making an artistic tasting menu inspired by Tom Thompson and the Group of 7.
Gotta get rid of, oh, the blood is not great. We are not serving our prestigious guests bloody meat. Okay, somebody garnish, I'll keep cleaning. You just need 2 more, Eugene. Let's go, let's go.
They're about to come.
With the judges and VIP guests eagerly waiting, the teams put their final touches on their first courses.
Surface up. Way to go, guys. Round 1's done.
Great teamwork, guys. Great job.
Welcome to all of you. Inspired by the Group of 7, our first course comes from the land. From the red team, we have venison tartare with a berry sauce. And the blue team has a pan-seared venison on a celeriac puree. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Michael, what do you think about the presentation?
I thought the red team had the better presented dish. Very colorful, but very inviting. It has a little bit more finesse and polish to it.
But I gotta tell you, I like the simplicity of the blue team. It really honored the ingredients.
Denise, could I get your take on both dishes?
I'm really enjoying the red team, the venison tartare, and the blue team, I love the celeriac puree.
I agree with you 100%.
So, Lloyd, which dish are you leaning towards more?
I think maybe the red team is one up on presentation, but the blue team taste and texture and everything I like better.
Shape-wise, I mean, it's kind of cool. As far as the paintings go, my piece of venison looks a great deal like Lauren Harris's mountain.
I appreciate the feedback. Thank you.
With only one more course to go, things are heating up in the kitchen.
2 pans, 2 free pans, come in here.
The red team races to get their quail cooked in time.
We have all 5 burners going.
Okay, let's add more butter into the pans, guys. That'll help cook it faster.
The only way we'll get this quail done is if we have more butter and are able to baste them.
More butter over here, please. Yeah, coming now.
Blue team, 5 minutes out. Let's get the plating going.
Oh, those look nice.
Honestly, the duck is probably the best I've ever done.
Beautiful, Kagan.
I'm gonna get a duck tattoo, I think, when I go home.
Perfect. I got nice brown on mine. Mine are looking great. Amazing. How are the other ones looking?
They're good. They're getting nice and brown.
We're doing whatever it takes to make sure this is exactly how we envision.
Beautiful. These look good. These look great.
And it's coming together.
Beautiful, guys.
It's a piece of artwork.
All right, guys, that's good.
Great job, everybody.
Okay, send them out.
Bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in, bring it in.
Guys.
Team red all the way.
That was a sprint. That was more intense than it needed to be.
Here we go. For the third and final course, it's inspired by the sky. From the red team, we have deboned quail, stuffed with caramelized shallots and pecans. And from the blue team, we have warm, spiced duck breast with roasted beets and braised carrots. Bon appetit. I think both teams have done a great job on the presentation. The blue team, I think, is much brighter and more punchy colors. I sort of lean towards that. I love the use of braised carrots, the roasted beets, and the wonderful aroma that comes out from that duck and the warm spices. Very savory, very rich.
Well, if I were judging the red team's quail dish on quantity, they wouldn't be doing too well right now. However, the flavors that they've achieved are exceptional. This dish is really beautifully conceived.
Sometimes quail's a little hard to eat, and this was done really beautifully. I have nothing but praise.
I was so excited by both dishes. The color on the blue team was so eye-catching, and yet for the red team, I really have to say, as a girl from the prairies, that's what I saw on the plate. I saw a part of Canada on this dish, and I thought that was just really so beautiful because the group of 7 was about representing Canada in such a beautiful way.
Well, on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank you for joining us for this dinner and all of your eloquent opinions and feedback. Cheers.
Cheers. Such an honor.
Speaking of chocolate.
What the hell?
I've never cooked with bacon and chocolate together on the same plate.
Tammy hunts and fishes, so she knows her protein and her seafood really, really well. So we stick it with chocolate bacon.
I'm baffled right now.
Andrew's a really strong cook, but it's a lot of Middle Eastern flavors that have nothing to do with chorizo or grape jelly.
They gave me salmon and licorice. Hate licorice. I kind of like salmon.
I was given salmon and licorice. Okay, no, I don't do seafood, so I think they're trying to get me. I saved David on the first elimination challenge, and now he's trying to sabotage me?
I feel like I'm John's big brother, even though he's twice as big as me. Use that guard, John. I just want to see John challenge. He's gonna rock it.
I'm working with chorizo sausage today and grape jelly. Chorizo sausage and grape jelly? No. But I could kiss Christopher and David for not giving me salmon.
Alvin, chorizo and grape jelly. An interesting and unique combination. What would you do?
Chorizo, cut them into nice, small pieces, fry them crispy, maybe a poached egg, a bit of asparagus, and then grape jelly, put a bit of vinegar, don't want it too sweet, and just drizzle. The pitfall is you may make that dish just too simple. You have to add other stuff in there to spice it up, to create new textures.
I'm making grape jelly glazed veal roulade, stuffed with chorizo, brie, and wilted spinach. I'm making this dish to save my life.
I'm making different kinds of butter tarts with chocolate and bacon.
Tammy is definitely one to watch out for.
David and Christopher, they're true competitors. They want to beat someone who is just as good as they are.
black licorice and salmon from Michael. I think he'll trip up for sure.
What would you be doing, Claudio, with your salmon and licorice?
I would do a poached salmon in a licorice broth with star anise, clove, just kind of bump everything up. The booby trap with the salmon and licorice is that you can overcook that salmon. The licorice is so strong and so pungent that it can overtake the delicate flavors of the salmon.
I'm gonna do a pan-seared salmon. I'm gonna do a nice, beautiful slaw with black licorice in the fennel. It's gonna be awesome.
Andrew, please bring up your dish.
I walk up with my dish. I'm very happy. That's a stunning plate. I made a veal roulade stuffed with chorizo, spinach, brie over a cauliflower puree with a balsamic and grape jelly reduction.
I can taste the chorizo cut nicely into the sweetness of the grape jelly. You got the nice textures, spinach, brie, veal puree, addition touch of smoothness to make it superb. I would say that's a very nice job.
Thank you, Chef.
Solid flavors. That chorizo comes through, and a little smokiness. Grape jelly and balsamic sauce, smart. That acidity to it just balances it out. You move like a chef, you think like a chef, and you're cooking like a chef.
Thanks, Chef. Gloves are off. You better look out, guys. I'm a force to be reckoned with.
Michael, please bring up your dish.
So I did a pan-seared salmon, spicy mayo, black licorice slaw.
I think the plating looks like it's a marked improvement for you, Michael.
Thank you very much.
You've got some brightness in color. Your proportions seem to be coming together. You've got a balance to the plate. Well, it looks like a nice cook on the salmon. You've got a wonderful coloration on the skin, crisp. Light licorice glaze that you marinated your salmon in. That's just a wonderful little sparkle to it.
Thank you, Chef.
The first thing to hit me with a slaw is its color, and then the crunch, crisp freshness. And then I get that underlayer of licorice coming through. And that, combined with the salmon, would have me coming back for more. Delicious. It's as if the pennies dropped.
Thank you, Chef. Thank you very much.
That licorice and that salmon comes through like a star. And I love licorice. Textures, the freshness, everything came together in this dish. You got style, like me. But more important, you now have substance. Please go back to your station.
Today's pressure test features a delicious, delectable cheesecake.
Yeah. We want you to come up with your own elevated concept.
I see the most beautiful cheesecake. It's garnished perfectly, perfect balance of colors. It's like, it looks fake. Cheesecake.
This one is a coconut, mango, and black sesame cheesecake.
My food dream is to open up a pastry bar, so a cheesecake challenge is basically a challenge built for me.
Feeling nervous yet? If you're not, you're about to. Because in addition to this sweet dessert,
oh my God,
we also want you to make a savory version.
My heart drops when they say 2. 1 cheesecake's hard enough, let alone 2.
This one is blue cheese with smoked salmon, cucumber, dill, and a gingerbread crust. But again, go wherever your imagination takes you.
I'm so glad I'm up here right now. My herbs. I'm not afraid of the savory cheesecake. That actually excites me more. The savory is a herb, cheese, and crackers, so it's kind of like a play, I guess, on a cheese and crackers. My matcha powder. My sweet one is a matcha ginger cheesecake. Definitely cooked for my life today.
Grams. I've probably made hundreds of cheesecakes. For the sweet cheesecake, I'm making tahini cheesecake. So I'm taking it from my Middle Eastern roots. And then for savory, I decided to do a cheese plate cheesecake, marrying Stilton, pickled cherries, and candied walnuts. Hopefully, I crush this one.
Jennifer, how are you?
Oh, hey, Chef Claudio.
Tell me, what are you making for your sweet cheesecake?
Okay, my sweet cheesecake is a chocolate cheesecake. The inspiration is a walk through the forest.
Some spruce tips there, I see.
Yeah, I'm just in the process of candying them a bit.
Beautiful. What are you doing for your savory?
I'm doing a everything bagel with urban garlic cream cheese. So I've taken a pastry cutter and placed it in the middle.
That sounds like a great concept. My only concern is time management, but if you can pull this off, you are definitely one to watch.
Thank you, Chef.
That's nice, Chanel.
That looks good.
Thanks.
It's a nice color.
Wow, it looks like all the home cooks right now are slightly behind. They only have 40 minutes left.
They need to get these cheesecakes into the oven as soon as possible, because not only do they have to cook the cheesecake, these cheesecakes have to come out of the oven and cool down before they can start thinking about assembling.
Okay.
With the final cheesecakes in the oven, the home cooks turn their attention to making garnishes.
These garnishes right now are going to be their trademark on these cheesecakes.
Okay, so I have savory, savory, savory.
It is the presentation of these cheesecakes that have to win you over.
Good job, Colin. Get that ceviche.
Guys, so many garnishes. The biggest concern I have with my garnishes is that they all require focused attention, and I'm losing a ton of time. What was I doing? I don't remember. Oh, Quail.
Roger, he's got a lot on his plate, and he may not be able to pose through in time.
Always bite off more than you can chew, always.
15 minutes! You only have 15 minutes left!
Time is so important when you're getting a cheesecake made because you got to let the cheesecake bake, then you got to get it into the blast chiller, make sure it's cold. You got to leave them in the blast chiller long enough to set in the middle.
Okay.
Deep breath, okay.
Roz, man, come on, baby.
Is Roz out of the oven?
Both of them are still in his oven. He's got too much on the go.
Oh, fucking cheesecakes.
Oh my God.
Damn it.
I don't really think I have time to do this. There's just so many elements. There's just so many things going on. The pressure's like palpable.
This is the moment of truth.
If those cheesecakes are not set when they come out of the mold, no garnishes can save them.
Oh,
yeah, Jenny. Good job, Jenny. Good job, good job.
These are Chanel, these are Chanel.
Easy.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, it's actually collapsing. Oh my God.
My cheesecake just fell apart in my hands. It's not looking good.
3 minutes! 3 more minutes left!
Cheesecake's gotta get out.
Okay, Colin is taking his cheesecake out right now.
It looks set.
Keep it going, keep it going.
Yep, this is it.
Good job, Roz.
1 minute!
Come on, guys.
Come on, get those decorations on!
Come on, just throw it on. Get it on.
Get it on your plate.
Good job, get it on.
10 seconds, time! 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hands
Good job, guys.
I accomplished 2 cheesecakes in 80 minutes, which is unheard of.
Good job,
Good job, guys. Wow.
All of these cheesecakes look awesome. It's like I'm at the nicest cheesecake potluck that's ever happened.
Home cooks, now it's time to see how you did.
Jennifer, let's talk about the savory one.
This is an everything bagel with urban garlic cream cheese cheesecake.
Very original. Good on you for using that mold to create the hole in the middle of that bagel. Very, very ingenious. I actually quite like that. It really does have that bagel savoriness to it. The cheesecake itself has a very good palate feel. Very, very creamy.
Oh, yay.
Well done, Jennifer. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jennifer, can you remind me of your concept here?
This is a chocolate cheesecake, and I try to incorporate a lot of earthy elements.
Ooh, it's a bit under. See how it tastes, though. This is really great. Great control with all the textures. And those spruce tips blended really well with the richness of the cheesecake. Amazing.
Thank you, Chef.
Hi, Chanel.
Hi, Chef.
Tell me about your savory cheesecake.
My after-school snack growing up was always goat cheese and crackers, so I wanted to kind of represent that with this cheesecake.
That's a very thick piece of crust. And I count 4 pine nuts, a little bit of prosciutto. Why so stingy on the topping?
I think I was trying to make it aesthetically pleasing.
Do you think that's aesthetically pleasing?
No, not really, no.
Well, let's hope this will please my taste buds. It's very, very light. It's fluffy. Well seasoned. I can taste the dill, which is very nice with the goat cheese. It's a nice cheesecake.
So here you have your sweet cheesecake. Looks like matcha.
And it has a fresh ginger tuile, fruit salsa, some toasted coconut, and some macerated berries.
Beautiful color. Flavors complement one another. The gingerbread, the matcha, the blueberry. Unfortunately, though, Chanel, you've got a bit of a mess happening here in the middle. You can see it's not set. It's actually pretty raw. It's collapsing here.
Thank you, Chef.
Eugene, chef, this is your...
It's a cheese plate cheesecake.
It looks like you have a lot going on the top.
I want to make sure it's balanced because Stilton's really salty.
Unmistakably Stilton cheesecake. Big, bold, ferocious. Quite a unique taste and balancing act. It's a shame it's a little rough around the edges. Up here you have it.
Yep.
You've just got to cut back.
Rogine, walk me through this one.
I did a tahini cheesecake with the white chocolate powder and meringue and a cardamom walnut crust.
Well, what do you think?
Slightly underdone, chef.
So you got the topping very fancy.
Yep.
But you underdone the fill. Get your priorities right, okay? A lot is riding on the taste of this cheesecake.
At your stations, you'll find a tray with all the key ingredients used in your cocktail.
You have only 90 minutes to make both dishes. Are you ready?
Yes, Chef.
Your 90 minutes starts now!
Whoa. I think I just got drunk from that.
If you're looking for my weak spot, it's definitely cocktails. But I know how to work with mint and sugar. So for my savory dish, I am going to make a beef tataki marinated in bourbon
With a zucchini and mint slaw.
For my sweet dish, I am going to make a chawamushi.
Chawamushi.
Chawamushi is a Japanese egg custard that's normally a savory dish.
Lid on.
But I'm going to make it sweet by adding a bourbon sugar syrup on top.
There we go. See, my 3 ingredients are tomatoes, chili peppers, and vodka. I'm gonna do a pasta puttanesca with some pancetta and some vodka in there just to bring out the yummy flavors in the tomato. I love taking a ton of ingredients and making them into one delicious plate. And that's what puttanesca is. Should be easy peasy, but making a Bloody Mary sweet is really tricky.
Claudia, what would you do with Bloody Mary?
You know, let's not forget that tomatoes are actually fruits, right? I would do a beautiful tomato tart. I would caramelize it.
For me, I actually do a dish where I pickle the tomato in pachan vinegar, which is very, very sweet Chinese dark vinegar, and I eat it with ginger parfait. Beautiful dish.
The home cook who hasn't had the worldly experience the chefs like you have had, I would think they would be scratching their heads saying, what can I make?
It's the chili pepper that's freaking me out. How do you make a chili pepper taste like dessert? Oh, God.
Matthew was right. I've never cooked with coffee before, but I think I know the flavor profile and what it matches. I'm making a steak with a coffee, togarashi, and salt dry rub. For my dessert, I'm gonna go to my Filipino roots. So I'm making a champorado. It's a Filipino dish. It's basically a chocolate rice pudding. I feel like I've been losing myself trying to impress the judges with other things that I don't really know. I'm gonna use my cooking style that got me here, and hopefully that will get me into top 4.
I gotta tell you, in terms of strategy, Matthew has hit 2 bullseyes. He has put Veronica into extreme pressure, and I've never seen Mary this stressed out.
Where's that nutmeg?
She is definitely struggling right now.
Woo! Sorry, medic.
I seldom see her injure herself.
The stakes are insanely high. I've never had this much pressure, but the voice in my head is just saying, make sure that these flavors are perfect.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Incredible.
Nicely done, everyone.
Incredible.
That was amazing.
Oh, I like pina coladas. The Bloody Mary is delicious, and it's calming my nerves.
Mary, please bring up your 2 dishes.
So for my savory, I did a Bloody Mary puttanesca. For the sweet, I did a tomato and plum tart with a spicy creme anglaise.
Let's cut to the chase. Matthew assigned you the Bloody Mary for one reason.
He wants me to go home.
He wants you out of here fast. This is the Mary we've come to know and respect. This puttanesca, on the other hand, looks like someone's getting lazy. It's delicious.
Thank you.
Absolutely delicious. Those flavors just shine. The tomato, the spice. I taste a bit of that vodka. It ain't pretty, but the taste is there.
Thank you.
Matthew is really mean. Giving Mary the Bloody Mary.
I know. It's a tricky drink to work with. Hot peppers and tomatoes don't really make sense in dessert, so.
Wow, wow, wow. The tomato, you got the taste just right, and a bit of the spiciness. The plum, the sweetness to counteract that. The crumble, crispy, dark, sweet, perfect. And of course, a little heat on the custard. This has got to be one of the most innovative and delicious dessert I've tasted for quite a while.
Thank you. Matthew expected me to fail, and I did not fail.
Jeremy, please bring your dishes up to the podium.
This dish is a coffee and togarashi beef with a steak au poivre sauce made with the whiskey and cream. And this dish is a coffee chocolate rice pudding with whiskey candied bacon.
I have to say, it doesn't look that appetizing on the plate.
Yeah.
Surprisingly delicious.
Thank you, chef.
I'm getting that sweet brown sugar. The coffee is working nicely with the chocolate, and it works really, really well with this rice. Had you plated it a little bit more elevated, it would have added so much more to the pleasure of enjoyment.
Okay.
But a bullseye on the use of those 3 key ingredients. Nicely done.
So let's try the beef with coffee sauce. It's delicious, absolutely delicious. Use the coffee to season the beef, right?
Yes. Dry rub with the togarashi and a lot of salt to counteract the bitterness of the coffee.
That was really smart. I'm glad you did that. You know, Jeremy, this dish here, in terms of the presentation, is the best looking main course I've seen in this challenge.
Thank you, chef. I'm so proud of myself. I have a smile from ear to ear.
For this first mystery box, we want you to use these root vegetables to tell us something about your roots.
I have no idea what I'm going to make with this. I'm Italian. We don't eat root vegetables. Being Portuguese, root vegetables are something that I use all the time. I'm ready to go.
I'm making root vegetables 5 ways with a balsamic glaze and parsnip and yellow beet puree. I'm coming from a farm with my 4 kids hanging off my legs to the MasterChef Canada kitchen. It's crazy.
Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
The fact that you have this garden at home, you must eat a lot of vegetables.
That's pretty much all we eat at home.
Do the kids ever turn up their nose and say, no more vegetables?
Of course. I hide those veggies in everything.
I'm very excited to see what you're going to come
I'm
up with.
excited for you to try it.
Come on, baby.
What? I see all the beautiful colors, and I immediately think rainbow trout. I'm using a combination of different root vegetables, like radishes, beets, blue potato, and then a bit of leek to make a rainbow scale on top of the fish. The inspiration behind my dish is my dad. We would fish in the summertime for rainbow trout. And I remember my dad showing me how to get the bobber on the line. Fond memories. My dad died when I was 20. It was a mighty rip through the page of my life. And I wanted to do things that would be kind of safe. For a really long time, food felt like a risk. I now feel ready to do some risking.
1 minute. You have 1 more minute left.
We're rooting for those root vegetables.
Whoa. Oh, boy.
Almost done.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands up!
Great work. Well done, everyone.
Throughout the challenge, the judges have been observing each home cook. Now, they're taking one last look before they select the 3 most promising dishes for tasting.
I'm confident in what I'm doing, and I have 3 chances to get called. I'm hoping I'm one of them.
I just want them to call my name so badly.
It looks like a big pile of crapola. I don't have a chance.
The first home cook that we'd like to call up put an unexpected spin on their earthy ingredients. That plate belongs to Jennifer.
Yeah!
That's the feeling. This is turf and surf, a sweet potato puree, a beet puree, seasoned blanched vegetables. Underneath all of that, there is a rainbow trout poached in a flavored broth.
This might be the first fish I've eaten where I like the scales. The fish is cooked perfectly. The root vegetables, they're definitely the star of the show. They really showcase those earthy, deep flavors. Overall, pretty amazing.
Thanks.
Hi there, Jennifer.
Hello, Chef.
It certainly is eye-catching. Beet is such a wonderful root vegetable to work with. What comes out is that earthy, slightly sweet flavor. And those root vegetables as part of the scales on top, maybe slightly under-seasoned.
Okay.
But if I had to score this dish on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd be giving it 8.5. So well done. I love it. Thank you.
Thank you.
The next home cook we'd like to call up honored their own roots by digging deep. Chrissy, please bring your dish to the front.
Oh my God. I can't believe it's happening. I do have what it takes.
It's a roasted root vegetable soup. And there's some sunchoke chips, a little bit of crispy pancetta for nuttiness, and pine nuts.
It's very, very pretty. I just love what you did with these sunchoke chips and these herbs because it looks really earthy. Let's give it a try. Wow.
Oh.
It is so good. It's comforting. It's got good balance of flavors. I got the sweetness from the potatoes. Fantastic job.
Yes. Thank you.
So, Chrissy, are you proud of this soup?
I am very proud of the soup, yes.
You've got the coriander seed. You've got a little bit of chili happening.
Yeah.
You've definitely showcased to me that you have a really great palate.
Thank you.
When you pureed the soup, did you add any dairy to it?
Yes, I poured heavy cream in there.
I would have added actually olive oil to it, because that cream right now is masking a lot of the big, bold flavors that you really want to achieve, right?
Yeah.
Other than that, it's amazing. Great job.
Thank you so much. I left my career as an airline customer service agent to come here and do MasterChef Canada, and it's completely worth it.
The third and final dish turned the humble root vegetable into an undisputed star. And that dish was made by Jenny.
Yeah! Good job, Jenny.
Oh my God, thank you. This is vegetables 5 ways with a balsamic glaze and a parsnip, apple, and yellow beet puree.
The plating is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank you.
It really is a discovery of goodies. Great silky smooth puree. The sweet potato,
Glazed maple sweet potato.
I guess that gets the kids to eat them, right?
Yeah. I put some hot spice on it, though. They don't like that at home.
But the judge does. That's great. How did you go about treating the lotus root?
I just boiled down some beets, and then I pickled it just in the beet juice.
It could have sat in that brine just a little bit longer, just to give a bit more of an acidic edge.
I agree, yeah.
But it's still crispy and flavorful. Well done.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you.
Jenny, I like the way you separated the vegetables. I see the winters here. Celeriac, Swiss chard, sweet potatoes. On this side, you've got summer root vegetables, radish, beets. You know your vegetables. Sweet potatoes. I like the balance, sweetness. Let me taste the pickles. Good crunch. Got the acidity. Seeing a lot of techniques. Wonderful job.
Thank you. Wow. I'm feeling really proud of myself. Like I belong here, maybe.
I love you girls so much.